Hello and welcome to a very spontaneous and possibly stupid decision. So, as you may have seen from the title, I'm going to try and read the one and the only Jane Eyre in 24 hours. I've been waiting to read this book for so long, but something about it just intimidates me. Probably the length. Also, it's a classic, so I know it's going to be not like a super easy read, and it's very long, and it's big and long, and it's long. I put it on so many TBRs and I've just never got around to it because I know it's a commitment, and I have commitment issues apparently, especially when it comes to big books. I thought I'd just hunker down for 24 hours and bang it out. So I know so many people have read it and loved it. I know it's like was very feminist for its time, which I love, and also it is on the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge, which I've suddenly decided is a personal goal of mine. So all these reasons all come together, and I was like, today's the day, well, tomorrow's the day, today's right now the time. Yes, so yeah, that's the plan. It's currently 10:30 on a Friday night. So I'm going to start reading at 11 p.m, which is about half an hour, and I'm going to hopefully by 11 p.m. tomorrow night have finished this book and be able to tick it off on my TBR, and it's going to be so good. I know most people start these things at midnight, but I'm an old lady and I enjoy sleep, so I'm giving myself more of a chance by starting at 11. This copy I got here is from a charity shop, I think. And it's got 447 pages, but the text is the tiniest thing I've ever seen. I think Goodreads, when I looked, said there was like 550 pages in the book that's made for human eyes and not for mouse eyes. But I did the math, and that means that I have to read about like 20 pages an hour, which doesn't seem that bad. That seems possible, right? Okay, so yeah, we're doing it. Of course, you can come along on the journey. We're going in. Okay, so I'm 30 pages in. Am I reading Harry Potter? By the way, I should probably mention this video is definitely going to contain spoilers. It is a book from 1847, so spoilers. Yeah, she's living with her aunt, her evil aunt. Her cousins are horrible to her. She's like being put in a closet, and now it's like she really wants to go away to school, and I'm like, I've heard this before. You heard it here first. Jane Eyre was the original Harry Potter. So it's now 12:30. I'm struggling, not with the book, but to keep my eyes open. But I got to page 75. I'm actually really enjoying it. I really like Jane, obviously. I like her character. I like her thoughts. I like how sassy she is. I loved it when she stood up to Miss Reed. All the settings are really atmospheric. I like the little bit of gothic element to it. Yeah, good start. I think I might read a little bit more, but I think I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna let my eyes close now rather than trying to force them open. But yes, I'll see you in the morning, ready to continue. So I just woke up. It is like 9 o'clock, which is a bit later than I thought I was going to sleep till. I did snooze a bit, but it's fine. I've just come to make a cup of tea, and then I'm going to go get back into bed and read. Yeah. So we're on page 101, and we've just found out who Mr. Rochester is. Well, Jane's just found out. And I'm pretty sure that's the love interest. So that's exciting. She's moved from her school to be a governess in a house for a young girl. Yeah, I'm so attached to Jane. I really love her as a character. So yeah, that's where we're at. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, so we're doing alright. I'm gonna read for like another hour and then probably have a shower and head out for a bit. Go do some errands. I'm loving how it's written that, so Jane's obviously a governess for a young girl called Adele, I think, and she's talking about her now, and she's saying that she just sort of liked her. She was like, we had a nice attachment to each other. And she's like, I'm sure that this will be thought cool language by persons who entertain solemn doctrines about the angelic nature of children. But I'm not writing to flatter parental egotism. I'm merely telling the truth. I felt a quiet liking to her little self and for her welfare and progress. I quite like that. I like that she's not like super maternal, I guess. She's just not a super kid person, even though she is, obviously. But it was just, I bet that was quite a interesting perspective to have at the time for a female character, to say that sort of thing about children. And I liked it. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Go Jane. I'm back straight away because on the next page it says, women are supposed to be very calm generally, but women feel just as much as men feel. It is narrow-minded in their more privileged fellow creatures to say that they ought to confine themselves to making puddings and knitting stockings, to playing on the piano and embroidering bags. It is thoughtless to condemn them or laugh at them if they seek to do more or learn more than custom has pronounced necessary for their sex. Bloody love this character. I'm enjoying this so much. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you can see my Pringles can behind me. I'm just gonna. So, I had a shower and some breakfast. It's now 12:30. I'm on page 180. I'm so invested. Oh my god. So this chapter just ended with Mr. Rochester saying, "Good night, my." He stopped, bit his lip, and abruptly left me. He loves her. I know he's like bloody 40 or something and she's 18 or 19, but yeah, I'm on page 180, so it's going okay. I'm gonna try and get to page 200 and then I might head out. I'm gonna go to the library, and then I mean, it's not super nice outside, but I kind of feel like reading outside for a bit, so I might go to the park. But yes, I'll speak to you in a bit. Okay, I'm walking to the library. Look at me vlogging in public. I left when I was on like page 240. There's still a lot to go, but we're doing okay. But I needed to get out of the house because I was feeling a bit like I hadn't done anything all day. So yeah, I'm gonna go explore a bit and then back to reading. So the library was really, really busy, so I came to the park and I just got a parakeet to land on my hand. It was so cute. I'll enter a video. I'll put a video in. It was so cute. I don't even mind that I just wasted reading time because that was the best thing. So now I'm just sat in the park, and I'm gonna read for a bit, and it's very pretty, and it was raining a minute ago, but it seems okay at the moment, so I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm so happy. Am I gonna die? Yay! I just got to the I am no bird and no net ensnares me. I am a free human being with an independent will, which I can now exert to leave you. Bloody love Jane. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening today, but I just fed a squirrel. I'm having the best day ever. I'm on page 275 now. They're about to get married. It's very weird sort of revelation that they loved each other. And I don't think I like Mr. Rochester. But Jane's being still quite a badass. She's not like just becoming, she's not really quite up to just becoming a wife, so I'm liking it. I'm going to get to page 300 and then I'm going to head home. And I think I'm going to order some food tonight, so that'll be good. But yeah, I've got this much left now. Just acting like Snow White and attracting all the animals, apparently. I love it. Okay, so I just got back. I'm a bit behind. I'm at page 291 and it is like 5:30. So 5.5 hours to go and this much left to read. I'm gonna just hunker down for an hour now, read as much as I can, and then I think I'm gonna order some food. Yeah. Let's do this. I can do this. Okay, so I have 100 pages left officially, and it is 7:30. I've got 3.5 hours to read this 100 pages. And also, I ordered a pizza. They sent the wrong one, so it sat there looking at me because I'm not sure I'm allowed to eat it or not. They're sending a new one, but I'm just kind of like, oh, I really want to eat it. It smells so good. But anyway, so I have 100 pages left. It's taken a turn that I wasn't expecting. It got real dark for a moment. I thought she might die, but she seems to be okay now, though I'm not sure what she's gonna do. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it ends. I'm really actually intrigued to see how it ends. But yeah, that's an update. My pizza came and they didn't take the other one. Guess we've got 2 pizzas. Still got 100 pages to go. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit bored. I'm on page 373 and I just don't really see the point of what's going on at the moment. Like, it's all this stuff about St. John and Miss Oliver, and I just don't care about them because I've only just met them. I want to know what's going on with, like, Mrs. Fairfax and Adele and Mr. Rochester, and I'm just like, I don't care about these people, and there's so little left. I feel like it could be a bit shorter. I just feel like there could be 100 pages missing of this and I could have been done. But I'm powering through. It is now 8:30. So I've got plenty of time. I did it. It's 10:15 and I just finished. And I'm not going to talk about it now because I'm knackered. I'm going to get into bed. But I would film something in the morning just as a little review, end of this weird challenge. I'm actually so proud of myself. Like, I can't believe this last hour has been quite difficult, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I quite like the ending, I think. I'm going to let my thoughts all settle down. I'm going to get into bed. And then I will see you in the morning for a roundup of the last 24 hours. Bye! Okay, so it's the next day. I'm ready to give a review. First off, I'm so shocked I actually read this in one day. It was a very spontaneous decision, and I thought that Twitter or YouTube would absolutely sabotage it for me. But I actually did do it. I did it. Follow your dreams, kids. You can do anything. I actually think it was quite nice to read it all in one day. It's not the most complicated classic I've ever read by a long shot. By the writing, I mean, like the language. but it's obviously not modern day language, which can obviously be hard to get into and to read for long periods of time. It takes a bit more mental power, I say. But I think that would make it hard to jump in and out of. So reading it all in one go sort of made me feel like I was binging like a period drama. And I think it made me more invested. I actually dreamed that I was in a Bronte novel last night, so there's that. So yeah, overall I actually loved this. It wasn't as rambly as I was expecting. The last 100 to 150 pages I was like starting to struggle, and I was kind of thinking like, yeah, this could be a bit shorter. There's a lot here that I don't really see the point of. But overall, I definitely think it's up there with one of my favourite classics. And Jane is definitely a new favourite character. Though, let's be honest, reading classic literature is like having a bunch of friends who you really love and want to support, but just make terrible decisions all the time. Like, Jane, please. I know he calls you cute nicknames, like Elf and Skylark, but please stop texting him back, he's horrible. But she was a strong female character, and she was independent, and she stuck by her morals, even when it was really difficult to, and she protected herself before any man, or putting anyone else's needs before her own. And I think that is amazing. Actually, it was wonderful to read. I love when she had her outbursts. I love when she had her like inner sassy commentary that she was like, I thought to myself mentally, but didn't actually say, and it's like really sassy, and I like it. I don't think I can view it as a love story and like it. All the men are ridiculously whingy and childish. Like, am I the only one that read the bit where Mr. Rochester like throws himself face first onto the sofa and like cries? And St. John, I think it's St. John, was like a proper bloody baby as well. When she doesn't want to marry, like she says, I don't want to marry you because I don't love you, and he's like goes into a tantrum for like 4 weeks, and it's like, oh, please grow up. I also love that they were both ugly and that's like mentioned a lot. And then when Mr. Rochester starts calling her beautiful, she's like, what are you on about? I think the fact that he does, even though I don't want to see it as a love story, the fact that he falls in love with purely her mind and like her strength and her integrity, that isn't something you even see that much even now, let alone in a time when women were seen as like brainless and inferior. So I think that was really impressive. Yeah, overall, I think I'm gonna give it like a 4.5. And it's definitely going on like a favourite classics sort of list. I'm very, very glad I've now finally read it. There are some issues of like racism, there's obviously abusive content, there's like the mental health situation, like the fact he's just got this lunatic wife up in the loft for years on end is clearly not okay. But for its time, if we're just focusing on Jane and not Mr. Rochester, I do not understand what the thing is about him, because oh my god, he's the worst. But for its time, I love Jane. Yeah, if I know I don't want to say that it's okay because at the time it was okay. It's clearly not okay. But as an overall novel, taking into account those things are wrong, and obviously I would not accept them if this was a new novel. I'm still really glad I read it, and I did really enjoy the overall atmosphere, the gothic parts, Jane as an independent character. Yeah. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. Let me know your thoughts if you've read it, and yeah, maybe we'll do another 24-hour classic read-along soon. God. Maybe in like a good few weeks. So yeah, thank you very much, and I will see you in another video soon. Bye!